Okay, so we're checking out the beginnings of your character's head here. It's looking pretty good so far. It might be a little bit too long in this direction. Okay, so you'll want to bring this in a little bit. And that looking pretty good. I'll tell you right off the bat what I think is probably happening with your nose. And so we'll just come into face here, and just for an example, I'm just going to grab some random faces in the nose area, and I'm just going to hit Edit Mesh, Extrude, and as you can see, crazy stuff happens, right? And that's not what we want. So I'm just going to Z back. Now, there's a reason that it's doing that, and it is this little button up here. If you come up to Edit Mesh, Keep Faces Together, this will tell your extrude tool and any other tools that you're using, but I think mostly the extrude tool, whether you want to extrude everything in one solid block or whether you would like to extrude lots of things in different places at different times, but not necessarily keep them all together as one big block. So when we have Keep Faces Together unchecked, as you can see, we extrude, and it does exactly that. It doesn't keep these faces that were together anymore. It just does a bunch of little separate extrusions. So just come up here and click on this Keep Faces Together. And now, when we extrude, make sure you got that little check mark there. You can see it all extrudes as one piece together. Okay? So so that's what's probably happening with your nose. So the next thing we're taking a look at is your eyes here. I went ahead and just moved the eyes themselves over so we can take a closer look at the eyelids and what's going on there. So right now, you kind of started to form your eyelids, which is good, but right here, you've sort of just pulled this center vertex back into the head, into like kind of a cone shape. And hopefully your eyes don't do that, so that would probably not be too healthy. You want your eyes, or your eyelids rather, to just kind of actually wrap around your eyes inside the head, okay? So you don't want them just coming to a point like that. Looks like these have been kind of moved out from the center as well. So you just want to put these back, kind of in the center of right here, alright? And you're going to actually wrap them around your eyes using the extrude tool, okay? So let's go ahead and grab these faces here, alright? And I'm just going to go to Edit Mesh, and I'm going to hit Extrude, alright? And I'll just move that just a smidge, just so that I can see it's extruded, and there it is, hooray. I'll also do that on the other side here. We'll just grab those, and Mesh Extrude. I'll just move that a little bit. Alright, great, awesome. So I'm just going to move these eyeballs back into place. Just grab these guys real quick here. Let's put them back where they go, in the head. So, obviously these should all be 0. Oh. Alright. So, here we go. Make sure once you've placed something and you're pretty sure that's where you want it to go, that you're always freezing your transformations so that it's then zeroed out in your channel box and layer editor over here, okay? So, the benefit of that would be, now that I've placed this eye right here and I decided that, I want this eye to be right here, if I just come and freeze my transformations, so I come up to Modify, Freeze Transformations, and you'll want to watch this right here, okay? Freeze Transformations. This all turns to nice, pretty zeros. And the beauty of that is if I want to move this out of the way and put it over there for a while and work on stuff in here, And then I suddenly decide I want it to go back there and it needs to be in the exact same place, and I don't want to try and eyeball it. Haha, literally. I can just type 0 in here. And it'll be right, it'll just pop right back in there, okay? So, yeah, that's kind of a good rule of thumb. Always freeze those transformations. I have a little special button up here for it, because I use it so much. So, you know, we can go into that some other time, how to make little buttons and things. But for now, let's work on these eyeballs. So, yeah, we've got these faces that we just extruded. Let's just grab them, and we're just gonna shape them so that they are kind of going around the eyeball. All right. So I'll just pull this back a little bit and scale it up, move it around, you know, all that good stuff, so that it's just kind of encasing the eyeball. All right. And of course, I'll probably want to extrude again with these faces. All right. While I'm at it. Sometimes I'll need to come inside the eyeball here to get a good view of these guys. So let's just extrude that again. Alright. And we'll just pull it even further back this time and make it bigger so that it's encasing that eyeball. Alright. You know, and this isn't really particularly rounded at this point, so you may want to, of course, adjust this so that it fits the eyeball a little bit better. All right, let's bring it in line. Just grab those faces again, and we'll just do. Oh, wow, look, it's way too small. Okay. And so, you know, round shapes are a little weird when you're trying to cover them with a kind of a square shape box. So, you know, just take your time and work on this. And just keep pulling this out. And encasing that eyeball, okay? Just bring it in a little bit. Boop. About like that is probably good. Let's extrude again. Just pull this like this. Just this one. Something like that. Okay, so we have this nice little eye socket now, instead of what we were having before. Now you may have noticed that my eye socket is actually poking out of where my eye is right now, which is, you know, kind of bad. It's kind of not too healthy. So, you know, we can either move this back a little bit, or you know, if you're seeing something like that, it may be an indication that your eye socket is kind of a little too cozy with your front of your face there. All right, so you just want to move things out a little bit. This guy right here, just move that out. Move this guy in. You know, obviously you don't want these things to be right on top of each other. So just make sure that you don't have any weird overlapping going on. Okay? Just pull things in. No weird stuff. Just make sure those are all inside of the face, inside of the eye, alright? And once you have something like that, you can start then doing a little more shaping to the way this eye is opening, you know, and just pull things, move things around. Make sure you're following that curvature of the eye, alright? So if you're pulling something out in one direction, make sure it still looks good in other directions as well. probably we're not going to be getting like too way up close and personal with this face, alright? So you don't have to worry too much about the details like that. Just make sure everything's tucked in nicely and shaped nicely, and you've got this nice eye shape that you're happy with. And of course, make sure you're shaping everything around as well. So this outer ring as well needs to be sure and be shaped. Okay. So then you'll have something a little more like that. All right. And when we go to our smooth mode, it looks really pretty now. Less eyeball poking through the skin there, okay? So, something like that. Let me know if you have any other questions about anything, or if you're running into any strange problems, and I'll do my best to help you out. Other than that, happy modeling.